Hi, it's Carlisle. I wanted to talk to you today about deal origination and specifically how to find deals, how to find businesses to buy at events that you might be going to in your kind of current 9 to 5, your current regular employment. Now, most people go to events. It could be a trade show, it could be, if you're in sales, it could be a marketing event, it could be a vendor's event. No matter what kind of event that you're going to, it could be a local networking meetup, it could be any sort of event where you're going to meet lots of people, you're going to meet lots of business owners. So here's a quick tip that you can use to get deal flow from that event. So the first thing you need to do, obviously, is find these events in your local area or in sectors that you're interested in doing deals. Then the second thing you need to do, and 9 times out of 10, the organizer will do this, is call them about 48 hours before the start of the event and ask the organizer for an attendee list. Now, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you that information. It's probably not a complete list because people will register right up until the last minute, but you're going to get the vast majority of people that are attending on that list. Once you've got that list, you can do a quick kind of scan through it and you can do some work on Google and you can find the small business owners that are attending that event for their own business. And then what you need to do is just do a little bit of research, just 5 minutes on each of the businesses that you're interested in. And then you want to take some plain white cards with you. And what you want to do on one side of the card is write down up to 5 things that you really like about the business. Is it the sector that they're in? Is it an award that they've recently won? Is it a new customer that they've just closed? Is it something specific that you find out about the business on their website, on their LinkedIn page, just by searching for the company in Google? Find out a few things about that business that you really like. And then on the flip side of the card, do the same thing, but for the person that you're going to meet. Hopefully that's going to be the seller, or it's going to be somebody in a position of authority. Just write down up to 5 things that you know about them. So check them out on LinkedIn. You know, where did they used to work? You know, what awards have they won? What accreditations have they got? You know, what have they done previously? And then find them on Facebook. It's very, very easy to find people on Facebook. And people say, hey, well, you know, sellers of businesses, 60 years old, they're not on Facebook. Trust me, they are. They are on Facebook. Everybody is on Facebook these days. 99 out of 100 people that you know that you meet in life, they're going to have a Facebook profile. So on Facebook, find out, you know, what sports teams are they into? What restaurants did they dine at? You know, what other things did they do in their spare time? Have they got any family? And then put that on the other side of the card. So when you go to the event and you're walking around and let's say you've got 7 businesses that you want to meet, and all of a sudden you see one of the people at the bar, you can walk up to them and you can start to have a conversation. And when they ask you what you do, you say, well, I'm a business buyer. I'm looking to buy businesses in a sector. That sector is obviously mapped to the person that you're meeting. And then you can start to kind of drop things into the conversation. And you can say, oh, yes, I've been doing some research. And Mr. Jones or Mr. Smith, I've come across your business. You're great at this. You're great at that. You've won that award. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. You've got that new customer. And then as you start to get into conversation, you can drop those little things in that you know about the seller, about their sports teams, about, you know, what rock bands that they like, you know, what they like to eat, all those different things. You can drop those in. And it's all about building rapport. That is the big magic word in buying businesses. It's about building rapport between you as the buyer and the person that you've met who you want them to sell them your business. And I'm not talking about closing a deal at an event. I'm talking about building such a strong relationship that at the end of that 5-minute conversation over a beer or a glass of wine or just a casual conversation over coffee, you can just say, hey, you know, here's my card, you know, let's have a call next week or let's get together, let's have a meeting and let's see whether or not it makes sense for me to buy your business. So that's my tip on how to get deal flow at events. Hope you found that useful. I will see you soon. Until then, bye for now.